project was submitted to Dane County Department of Energy and was recognized as a Dane County Climate Champion.
Why did the Boys and Girls Club choose geothermal?
First off, it saves the owner money. They're spending less on their utilities for that. Second, they're helping the environment because the less energy you use, the less carbon emissions you're putting out into the environment. And so long term, that's gonna help. And third, in a case like this, now you have a teaching tool as well. This is a training center. This is to introduce youth and our next generation of tradespeople to what we do, not just for heating and cooling, but plumbing and electrical and construction. And so yes, there's a window to look into this mechanical room, and the floor is beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen such a beautiful floor. But we wanted it as a teaching tool, and the Boys and Girls Club wanted it as a teaching tool so that that next generation can understand how this technology works. They're familiar with it because they're going to see a lot more of it. Each of these condensing units kind of controls a zone, and those refrigerant lines go to a branch box that then goes out to individual fan coil units. Each one of those has a thermostat, and so you set the temperature, maybe it's 72 degrees, and so that fan coil unit will respond, which comes back to that branch box, which comes back to here. You think about like your house, you can't heat and cool at the same time unless you decide I'm gonna open up a door and do that, right? But this can do that because if there's a room that's maybe on the outside of the building that it's cold out, so it needs heat to stay warm. But interior to the building, you got a lot of people, maybe you have a lot of equipment that's generating heat, and so you need cooling. And so this can actually do both things at the same time, which increases its efficiency. Geothermal at a high level, you have a constant temperature in your bore field of say 50, 52 degrees that you are either adding heat to in the summertime or you're pulling heat from in the winter time. That allows it to be a much more efficient system than your typical air-cooled condensing units that you'll see. We put this on the table as a very energy efficient option. A higher upfront cost, but the payback on it is pretty quick. So you can have a highly efficient system. They have the space out in the parking lot, which is what you need. You need a space to put in a bore field. You run a test bore, it runs 500 feet into the ground. And so what makes a geothermal system so efficient is that the temperature in the ground there is 52 degrees. That's year round. So when you think about using a heat pump that relies on the outside temperatures, that's not very efficient in the winter. But if you've got 52 degrees, this field that you're either putting heat to in the summer or pulling heat from in the winter, well, now you can have a really efficient system, and that's what this has done. And since we're in Wisconsin, that's important, right? We want to make sure we can heat and we want to do it efficiently. And so that was for the design, which was recognized as being at least 25% more efficient than a baseline building. And so when we actually came to the end of the project and they evaluated an energy model was done, it's 45% more efficient than your baseline building. So it's saving that much more energy than if we'd have just built a typical system here.
Hi there. If you want to know more about Wisconsin's environment and what you can do to protect our air, water, and climate, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. And don't forget to like, comment, and share because your voice matters. Thanks for watching.